Hi all, today we are going to discuss about some numericals on Newton-Raphson method. So in the last class we have seen the Newton-Raphson method. Let us try to solve a numerical. Before proceeding to the numerical, let us briefly go through what is the Newton-Raphson method, what will be the flowchart so that you can easily understand the numerical what I am going to teach. So in the Newton-Raphson method we have seen that first we will start the program. After that first we have to read the system data and form the network admittance matrix. So after that we have to assume the flat voltage profile. This will be the initial guess for the voltage for all the buses except the slack bus. For the slack bus we have to take it as whatever is mentioned there. That means A plus J0, and we have to set the convergence criteria and initiate the iteration count is equal to 0. So after that for each iteration what we will do, because this will repeat for each iteration, this 2 will come back once the iteration is over. So set the bus count I is equal to 0. So we will set the bus count. So the bus count will be 1, right? So set the bus count I is equal to 1 and then we will proceed further. So first we will check whether the bus is a slack bus or not. If it is a slack bus, we need not calculate anything. We can proceed just to increment the bus and go to the next bus. So if it is not a slack bus, only in that case we have to calculate the Pi and the Qi. So if it is not a slack bus, then we have to calculate Qi and Pi, which are given by the formulas already discussed. So once the Pi and Qi are discussed, first we will evaluate the value of delta Pi for this current iteration, which is equal to P that is specified minus P that is calculated using these formulas. So once the P is calculated, then for calculating the Q, we have to check whether it is a generator bus or a load bus. Let us assume first I am checking, is it a generator bus? Let us assume it is not a generator bus, it is a load bus. So if it is a load bus, we will directly calculate delta Qi, which is equal to Q specified minus Q calculated, and proceed further. Let us assume it is a generator bus. For the case of generator bus, the Q limits will be mentioned within what limits the Q should lie. So that's why we will verify again the Q that is calculated is less than the Q minimum value. That means it is violating the lower limit. So let us assume it is violating the lower limit. So in that case we will set the value of the Q as Qi minimum. That means we will set the Q specified value as the Qi minimum. So this I am writing as QISP will be equal to Qi minimum. And let us assume it is not violating the lower limit. We will proceed further, check whether it is violating the upper limit. Let us assume it is violating the upper limit, then in that case we will specify Qi specified will be taken as Qi maximum, because in the case of generator bus Q will not be mentioned. In the case of generator bus only P and V are mentioned, but for calculating this delta Qi we need the value of Q specified value. So that's why we will take the Q specified value accordingly if it is violating the limits. Let us assume it is not violating the limits. That means it can be considered as a PV bus. That means whatever voltages calculated are there, they are okay. So in that case we will evaluate delta Vi square, which is equal to Vi specified square minus the voltage that is calculated or voltage that is guessed in this iteration. So that value square. So once these are done, we will increment the bus count by 1 and go for checking the next bus. So we will check if the largest, once all the buses are checked, let us assume all the buses are checked, then we will check is the largest value of the matrix B. Matrix B means that delta P and delta Q matrix. So that matrix B is less than or equal to epsilon. That means actual value of the power minus the predicted value of the power. Similarly, actual value of the reactive power minus predicted value of the reactive power. The maximum value of those difference is lying within the limits or not. If it comes to within the limits, that means we can stop calculating further. So we will stop it, calculate the load flows and the slack bus power, and we will end the process. Let us assume it is violating this. That means the error is greater than that one. So in that case we have to evaluate the Jacobian matrix and calculate the increments in the voltages from the Jacobian matrix. That means delta Ei and delta Fi for that iteration. So then we have to update the value of E and F. So we will update the value of E and F for all the buses except the slack bus. So after that what we will do, we have to calculate the magnitude of the voltage that is calculated in this iteration, cos delta I and sin delta I. So after that we will check whether, again for each bus we will check that bus is a generator bus or not. If it is a generator bus, so for the case of generator bus the voltage cannot change. That's why the magnitude of the voltage for next iteration will not be what is calculated here. It will be Va specified only, but only cos delta I that means the delta will be changed. The delta whatever is obtained in this iteration, that will be taken. Let us assume it is not a generator bus, that means it is a load bus. So in the case of load bus, generally there will be a limit of the voltage, that means the lower and upper limit will be mentioned. So if it is within that limits, there is no issue, we can proceed. If it is violating the respective limits, then magnitude will be replaced by the respective limit which it is violating. Let us assume if the value of the voltage calculated is less than Vi minimum, then in that case we will replace the magnitude by Vi minimum. So but delta will remain same, that means cos delta and sin delta will remain same. So let us assume if it is violating upper limit, then they will be replaced. So then we will go for the next iteration. So in this way we have to compute. Getting it? So let us proceed with the numerical now. So the load flow data for a 3 bus system is given below. The voltage magnitude at bus 2 is to be maintained at 1.04 per unit, and the minimum and the maximum, that is maximum and the minimum reactive power limits are 0.3 per unit and 0.0 per unit. That means this is a PV bus, voltage is mentioned and the limits of the Q is also mentioned. So remaining power is mentioned in the table, we will discuss there. So determine the set of load flow equations at the end of first iteration by using Newton-Raphson method. So it is given there the bus code for each bus. They have mentioned what is the value of the assumed initial guess of the voltage. For the bus number 1, which is slack bus, the voltage is mentioned as 1.06 plus J0. For bus number 2 and 3, it is mentioned as 1 plus J0. Now, for generation, so bus 2 is a generator bus, that's why P is generated, that is fixed, it is 0.3. Q is not specified, it should be within the limits only. Now coming to the load bus, third bus is the load bus, that's why the load power is mentioned here. But you have to remember here, whatever power is mentioned here, this is PD and QD. So while calculating any formula or substituting in the numerical, the P will be equal to P generated minus P demanded, because the value of the P in practical will be equal to P injected minus P demanded. So as a PD is there, PD, that's why, sorry, this is not plus, it is minus. So Pi is not there because it is a demanding or taking the power. That's why whatever value of the P and Q are given, you have to take with the minus sign for calculating P as well as Q. So this will be equal to Q injected minus Q demanded. Getting it? So this is my demanded power. You have to please remember this one. So now after that, it is also mentioned between bus number 1 and 2, the impedance of 0.05 plus J0.2 is calculated and there is no shunt admittances. Similarly, between bus 1 and 3 this is connected, and between bus 2 and 3 this is connected. So once this is given, first thing what you have to do, try to draw the proper diagram. So for what I am doing, I will try to draw the proper diagram for this one. For a 3 bus system, this is one bus. So let us assume the second bus and the third bus I am taking here. This is my second bus and the third bus. So they are connected like this. These are what is mentioned, and second bus also is a PV bus, and this is my load. This is bus number 2, this is bus number 1, this is bus number 3. So now we have to calculate the value of the admittances between these two. So in order to calculate the admittances, because they are given an impedance, so we have to calculate the admittance. Admittance how you will calculate? Y12 will be equal to 1 by Z12. Between 1 and 2 what is calculated? Take the ones. This will be 1 divided by 0.05 plus J0.2. So if you calculate it, you will get it as 1.1765 minus J 4.7059. Similarly, the value of Y13 will be equal to 1 by Z13. So if you calculate it, I am directly writing answer 1.923 minus J 9.6154. So similarly, the value of Y23 is 1 by Z23. This will be equal to 1.4706 minus J 5.882. So this way we have to calculate. So once these are calculated, just keep in this diagram, because once the diagram is there, the calculation of admittance matrix will be easy. So between 1 and 2 is Y12. Between 1 and 2 what is there? 1.1765 minus J 4.7059. This is there. So now between 1 and 3, what is given? 1.923 minus J 9.6154. And similarly between 2 and 3 it is given 1.4706 minus J 5.882. So once the diagram is ready, then we can construct the matrix easily. Let us try to construct the matrix now. So I want to construct the admittance matrix Y. So Y matrix, first we have to calculate Y11. For calculating 1 1, because YII, the diagonal elements, you have to take the sum of all the admittances connected to that node. So first I am taking for bus 1 Y11. So what are connected? This one is connected, this one is connected. Take the sum of these two. Sum of these two means 1.1765 plus 1.923. So this will be equal to 3.0995. So similarly, add the imaginary terms. This will be minus j 14.3213. This is for this diagonal element. Similarly, the second element also, that means y22. So that will be equal to, for 2 what are connected? This 1.17 is connected, 1.47 is connected. Take the sum of those two. It will be 2.6471 minus j 10.5879. Similarly, the third diagonal element also we can calculate. What will be the third diagonal element? What are connected to 3? 1.4706 is connected, 1.923. So those two I am taking the sum, it will become 3.3936 minus j 15.4974. So once the diagonal elements are obtained, so we have to calculate non-diagonal elements. So non-diagonal elements means this will be y12. What is y12? Between 1 and 2 what is connected, take it with the negative sign. We have to take minus y12. So negative sign means this will become 1.1765 plus j 4.7059. So similarly between 1 and 3 what is connected? This is connected, minus 1.923 minus j, minus into minus becomes plus j 9.6154. So here also we have to take opposite sign, right? So this will be the answer. So whatever is the value coming here, we have to take with the negative sign. We have taken with the negative sign. So same thing, whatever is here, same thing will repeat here. So I am directly copying it. So this will become minus 1.1765 plus j 4.7059. And similarly here also minus 1.923 plus j 9.6154. So this is done. So now y, this is the second row, y23 that is required or y32 required. Between 2 and 3 what is connected? Minus 1.4706 minus of minus will become plus 5.882. So this also will be same, 1.4706 plus j 5.882. So whatever the admittance that is connected here, you have to remember this, the admittance is represented. So any admittance, let us assume yik. So this admittances is represented in the form gik minus jbik. The reason is practically whatever the impedances are there, when you convert to admittance, you are getting the negative sign automatically. You can see here negative sign. So that's why the practical value whatever is there, using this only we have derived. So we have to take it like that, gik minus jbik. For example, I want to calculate g11. G11 will be whatever is there here. And if you want to calculate b11, b11 means minus sign we have to consider. Here plus is there, so we have to take it as minus. That means this is minus 14.3213. That will be b11. So that minus into minus become plus here. Like that you have to take. So similar is the case for the voltage of any bus will be equal to Vi is in the form Ei plus jFi. This is my real part and this is my imaginary part. So in our example, it is already mentioned there for each bus. Like voltage 1 they have mentioned as 1.06 plus J0. Voltage 2 they have mentioned as 1.0 plus J0. Fortunately that Fi is mentioned as 0. So calculations becomes easy. So let us try to calculate the P and Q now for each bus. So first bus is a slack bus, we need not calculate it. Only for bus number 2 and bus number 3 we have to calculate. So we have seen the formula for Pi will be equal to sigma k is equal to 1 to n Ei into Ek into Gik plus Fk into Bik plus Fi into Fk into Gik minus Ek into Bik. So I want to calculate my value of P2 and P3. So P2, if you are expanding this, you will get this one. So in this, we know the value of F is equal to 0. Because here you have to remember the value of F is already 0. So calculation becomes very easy. So I have substituted the values from there. So I have substituted, for example, E2 is 1.0 and here E1 is 1.06, multiply with G21. So G21, if you can see there, if you are taking as minus that one, G plus G minus JB form. So take the G from there, that will come as minus 1.1765. That is done. Now f is 0, so this need not be calculated. Again here f is 0, this need not be calculated. Only we have to calculate again this one. That means E2 is 1.0 multiplied by E2 multiplied by G22. I have taken this one. Again similar is the case for the remaining. This will become 0. Only this will be there, E2, E3, G23. Again this will become 0. So I have substituted that. I got the answer as minus 0.07059. I have pre-calculated everything because we can complete within 20 minutes. Otherwise calculation of this one numerical will take you more than 1 hour. Like for me it took about 2 hours to complete the entire numerical. That much time consuming is there here. Otherwise we will get the errors. So now coming to the P3. So P3 also similar way I can calculate. I have calculated it. It is minus 0.11538. So after calculating the powers, what we have to do? We have to calculate delta P2 and delta P3 for that matrix form. That means delta P2 is P2 specified minus P2 calculated, and delta P3 is P3 specified minus P3 calculated. Now generator P2 is the generator bus. That way whatever power is mentioned I have taken as plus, but minus what is calculated? Calculated value is minus 0.07059. I have substituted, I got this difference. So coming to P3, because it is a load bus means we have to take whatever power is mentioned as minus, because it is opposite, because P means power generated, it is actually taking it. So that's why we have to take as minus. So minus 0.5 minus of this one. So you get this one. So similarly, I can calculate for the value of Qi. So Qi we have already seen. So from this, I can calculate my value of Q2. So when I substitute here, again taking F is equal to 0. So only remaining terms I have to calculate. So in this F term wherever is there, that will become 0. Only this Ei multiplied by Ek multiplied by Bik will remain. So for each bus, so for bus 1, it will be equal to E2 multiplied by, sorry, because we are calculating Q2, right? E2 multiplied by E1 multiplied by B21 plus E2 multiplied by E2 multiplied by B22 plus E2 multiplied by E3 multiplied by B23, because K is equal to 1, 2, 3 here, because 3 bus system. So when you substitute all those values, so again you will get your answer as minus 0.2824. So similar way I can calculate Q3 minus 0.5769. But for Q, because bus number 2 is a generator bus, so we have to check whether that Q calculated is within the limits or not. Here Q calculated is minus 0.2824. You can see here the Q mentioned in this numerical is, it should vary between 0 and 0.3. But it is coming negative. That means it is violating my limit. So I told you whenever it is violating a limit, I have to take this Q specified, because I have to continue the remaining calculations as the load bus only, and Q specified will be whichever limit it is violating. It is violating the lower limit, because it is less than the lower limit that is mentioned. So that's why we will take as Q2 specified value will be taken as Q2 minimum, which is equal to 0.0, and continue as a load bus. Let us assume in the numerical when you calculate Q2, let us assume it came as 0.32. It is violating the upper limit. So in that case, you have to take Q2 specified as 0.3 only, because it is crossing the upper limit. So upper limit we have to take. So now delta Q2 I can calculate, Q2 specified minus Q2 calculated. Now Q2 specified will be 0 and Q2 calculated value is this one. So this is the value, and delta Q3 you will get as, because for the case of Q3 there is no problem, because it is already mentioned, it is the PQ bus. So after that we have to calculate the Jacobian elements. So the entire matrix will be in this form, delta P delta Q will be J1, J2, J3, J4 multiplied by delta E and delta F. I want to calculate this, each of these Jacobian matrices. So Jacobian matrix part, subpart of Jacobian matrix J1 will be equal to, because we have seen this will be dou P I by dou E form, dou P by dou E and dou P by dou F form, because dou P by dou E into delta E, and second one will be dou P by dou F into delta F form. So that's why I am writing the formula for the same, which is derived in last class. Dou Pi by dou Ek is equal to Ei into Gik minus Fi into Bik for k not equal to I. For the case when k is equal to I, that means you are taking for the same bus, then it will be 2 Ei into Gii plus sigma k is equal to 1 to n, k is not equal to I, Ek Gik plus Fk Bik. Again in this, in our example, F is equal to 0, so calculation become very easy. So in this, if you calculate dou P2 by dou E2, because this is of the form numerator and denominator is I, that means this case. So in this case, 2 into E1 into Gii, that means 2 into E2 into G22, and in this F part will become 0, only this part will be there, and that too we have to calculate for all buses except this bus. That means out of 3, only 2 buses we have to calculate. That is E1 into G2 and G21, and the second one is E3 into G23, because we should not calculate for bus 2. Getting it? So I have substituted all the formulas required. So when I substituted, I got as 2.5765. So similarly, dou P2 by dou E3. Dou P2 by dou E3 means it comes into the second case. That means its value will be equal to EI into JIK. EI into JIK, because it is bus number 2, this will be equal to E2 multiplied by G2 into the K. K means because this is lower one, that means dou E3, that is 3. So E2 into G23, we have to calculate that one. Getting it? So because F is 0, so that's why you got this value. Similarly, dou P3 by dou E3 and dou P3 by dou E3, so that I have calculated, these are the values. Similarly, now coming to the Jacobian matrix subpart 2, that part is dou P by dou F part. Again, that one formula also, again when I is not equal to K, this is the formula. When I is equal to K, then in that case, this is the formula. So we can calculate dou P2 by dou F2. Again, since F is equal to 0, you will get this formula, and when you substitute, you will get as 10.87. Similarly, dou P2 by dou F3, you will get as 5.882. Getting it? So similar is the case, dou P3 by dou F2 and dou P3 by dou F3 also I have calculated. So now coming to the Jacobian matrix element 3. So J3 will be equal to dou Q by dou E. So dou Q by dou E, again for K is not equal to I, this is the formula. K is equal to I, this is the formula. Since Fi is equal to 0, so I have calculated it. Anyway, I am going to provide the complete handwritten material. You can download the material from the link in the description of this video. So here I am skipping because to save time, because procedure is same. I have already calculated it. You can please download and cross check your result. So you also try to calculate, you will know where you will do the mistakes commonly. So then similarly, I have to calculate dou Q3 by dou E3. So like that. Then coming to Jacobian matrix J4. So for Jacobian matrix 4, dq by df form, again these are the formulas, again substituted and calculated. So I got these values. So once all the matrix or submatrix are calculated, I have to substitute them. So we have already calculated delta P2, that is 0.37059. Delta P3 we calculated minus 0.3846, and delta Q2 is 0.2824. Delta Q3 is 0.3769 is equal to the Jacobian each submatrix, because this is my subblocks. So this is my Jacobian matrix 1, subblock 1, this is J2, J3 and J4. So this will be multiplied with delta E2, delta E3, delta F2 and delta F3. So from this we will calculate this value of delta E and delta F, and we will add to the original values based on whether it is a generator bus or a load bus. How to calculate we have already seen. So from this we have to calculate the inverse of this matrix and calculate these things. And for setting the convergence criteria, we have to take the maximum absolute value of this one and check that whether it is less than the tolerance limit or not. Whenever the tolerance limit is reached, we can stop the further going for the iterations. So let us take another example. In the above example, if the limit of Q2 is minus 0.32 plus 0.3, then determine the equations after first iteration. So remaining all things are same. So remaining matrix will be same. Only bus number 2 we have to cross check whether it will continue as a load bus or will it continue as a generator bus. So we have calculated the Q2, that is minus 0.2824. It is within the limits. That means we have to consider it as a PV bus. So for the case of PV bus, what happens? That delta Q will not be there. We have to calculate delta V2 square. You can see here this matrix will change like this. Delta P2, delta P3, delta Q3. So whatever elements are here, they will be same for P2, P3 and Q3. But whichever elements corresponding to Q2, that will be now replaced with delta V2 square. Delta V2 we take in the end. What is delta V2 square? Delta V2 square is V2 specified square minus V2 calculated square. So V2 specified in the numerical they have mentioned that V2 is fixed as 1.04, that means V2 specified, and in the approximation we have approximated as 1.0. So difference of these two square, that will be 0.0816. So that is delta V2 square. Got it? So let us try to calculate this J5 and J6 corresponding to delta V2. So for calculating this, we are going to use this formula. This also we have derived in last class. VA square is equal to EA square plus FI square. So from this I can calculate dou VI by dou EK. Dou VI by dou EK, that will be equal to 0 for K not equal to I, and it will be equal to 2 times of EI for K is equal to I. So when you substitute it, you will get as dou V2 square by dou E3 will be equal to 0. Dou V2 square by dou U2 will be equal to 2E2, because E2 is equal to 1.0, it becomes 2. Similarly, for the element J6, dou vi square by dou fk will be equal to 0, and similarly dou vi by dou fi will be equal to 2 times of fi. In our example, the f is equal to 0, so that's why these two will become equal to 0. So I am finally writing the matrix, final matrix, because these three I will copy same from the previous whatever we have calculated. Only this last one is changing delta v2 square. It is 0.0816 is equal to 200. So this value will come. So in this way you have to calculate. So I hope that how to calculate the Newton-Raphson method practically is completely clear to you. If you still have any queries, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. I will answer to your queries from there. Thank you very much.